Hi, this is Yuna Huishan Angell, and my channel on YouTube is Angel's World. I'm doing vlogging to fill up my time. Meanwhile, I've been trying to get some references from primary school or elementary school assessment books, like extra work to do to adapt from the material and come up with my own mathematics questions for elementary primary schools, and then try and make them into ebooks to sell on Amazon. That was a suggestion from my older sister. And I'm studying to become a life coach and stress management coach. That might take a few months. I've always tried to record a few short videos on different emails I use for different accounts, different channels, and I've never really made an effort to continuously post videos. I am doing it now because I think I want to do vlogging, like video blogging, like in a personal diary. I have not been practicing singing for a few weeks, and my singing skills has gone down the hill. The hills are alive. And I don't have breath more. My psychiatric medicine does makes me very tired, and I realize I hardly have much breath to sing through a few lines or a whole song, and I always didn't feel like I could hold down a manual labor job for too long. I always end up quitting after a few weeks of like trying to be a cleaner, like housekeeping around. I type too slow, so I can't do an office job. But office jobs with allowance for slow typing, I really wonder what kind of jobs that would be. But right now I'm using Amazon.com and ebooks to try and see if I can earn a little bit of money there. And I would like to run workshops and seminars when I finish my certifications for life coaching and stress management coaching. These videos are made to address to myself first of all, and for anyone viewing these vlogs of mine. Angel's World is my little corner on the internet. I have anxiety, depression, and schizophrenia. It's been a long road of recovery from 2004 to 2004, when I was diagnosed with anxiety, depression, and schizophrenia. I go into panic attacks because of my anxiety and paranoid schizophrenia. I go into paranoia sometimes. I'm still trying to figure out the triggers and the stresses for what sparks off all these relapses and episodes. Sometimes it's old triggers, sometimes it's just triggers I haven't found out from what I'm being sensitive about, what I feel so sensitive about. Like, there will be some things that my mom says that I don't care, and there will be some things that my mom says that will just set me off into a panic attack, and then just have like nervous breakdowns and paranoia kick into like panic attack mode. And it's not the same as obsessive compulsive disorder or OCD, where people have to keep washing their hands because they're like neat freak, or I shouldn't use the word freak, but like they find like they need to be very hygienic and goes to an obsessive behavior in washing their hands. That's one type of OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, I've heard of. There's so many things in mental health, but the most usual mental health illness is actually depression. I have tried to improve my diet. I've tried to like replace some soda drinks with iced lemon tea and jasmine green tea. It does help me to detox, but I should do more of my switching out to jasmine green tea because it really does a lot of wonders for me. When I get dehydrated, I get like a lot of water retention in my face and bloating in my face. And I've heard of red beans and jasmine green tea good for like reducing water retention. Partly the medication that I'm taking, it sometimes causes a bit of the water retention in my face as well. To me, when I'm going to view these videos that I'm posting up, I guess I can study myself from the videos and wonder about what I'm saying. I don't have a lot of friends nowadays because I've successfully isolated myself from almost everybody. But I live with my parents since I was born, so like I can't technically have totally zero people to talk to. But there are some things like I don't seem to be able to communicate with my parents even though I live with them since I was born. I there's a certain like threshold, and once I reach the limits and go out of it, like there probably is a bit of a generation gap. I can't possibly seem to communicate better with my parents because my Chinese is not that good. It's average Chinese language skills, but I started to write my thoughts in English as usual. Not that my English is superb, it's just average. I write it down and then I Google translate it. I write it down and I Google translate it into Chinese, and I print it out and I let my mom read. Like my mom and dad are primary 3 and primary 4, like elementary school levels before they quit school when they were young because they didn't have that much money for school. So like as they grew older in life, they can read the Chinese newspapers and like Chinese storybooks, novels very well. They just can't really write that well. They speak Chinese perfectly well. They read Chinese newspapers and Chinese novels very very well. I can't remember a lot of Chinese language words anymore. I've like successfully returned my Chinese knowledge to the Chinese teachers, as the Chinese saying goes. I've returned it all mostly to my teachers, and I didn't retain a lot of Chinese language skills anymore. I'm just very average to amateur in my Chinese speaking skills with my mom and dad. So I guess that's why we can't communicate that much better in the past. But my printouts that were Google translated have been very useful. My mom seems to be a bit more understanding after that, so I guess that really worked well. I think I want to test out my voice. It's actually like 5 or 6 in the morning right now, and I came out for breakfast and I'm hanging around one of the buildings in my neighborhood. Let's see. La 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 doom doom be doo ha. I have had many relapses for my panic attacks and paranoid schizophrenia where I go paranoid. I have a lot of paranoia when some things seems to be like end of the world scary to me, when everyone's going like what's going on, and I'll just have this stories in my mind that I'm living in, and it sometimes seems and hears like it sometimes seems very real. When I listen to myself and others, there are like extra stories out of the panic attacks and paranoia in my mind running around, like racing thoughts, yes, but racing fast forward. Hi, I'm back. Just now when I was in one of the buildings in my neighborhood, when I was talking halfway, I guess it must have been 7 a.m. That's when like everyone switches off the lights. They left on overnight because at 7 a.m. they think it's gonna be bright enough in the day so that there won't be any lights in the corridors, even if it's near to the main road. As I was saying, like when I have panic attacks and paranoia, I do have racing thoughts, but there's this stories that pick up little pieces of everyone else's stories in my life and in their lives. I pick up the stories from my memory, and it like the paranoia and panic attacks automatically exaggerate everything, and I just go into nervous breakdown mode. And I often had to be hospitalized in the psychiatric ward to adjust my medication and get injections to calm down, and then to let my thoughts and the stories about my everyday life to myself like be smoother in more cohesive thinking. I have to learn to edit my videos, like it's a few videos already. I have to like paste them together. I downloaded a Google Play app. There's like a video editor for free, and it's a free app. I'll try to paste the different videos together. I'm an amateur, so I'm an amateur at YouTube vlogging, so please bear with me. I walked back home after they switched off the lights in the corridors to that building in my neighborhood, which was near to the food shops and coffee shops. Right now I'm in my area at home. I would really like to apologize to everyone in my life if my panic attacks and anxiety, depression, and paranoid schizophrenia, and my paranoia has like become an inconvenience. I'm really sorry to everyone and even to myself, because I do need to eat my medication regularly. It helps to slow down the anxiety and calm down the panic attacks and paranoia. It calms the paranoia down. Some of the doctors do tell the patients that you can choose not to tell anyone or your employer about your diagnosis, but I feel that if I don't let them know a tiny bit about my diagnosis of anxiety and depression, for example, I might run into some panic attacks at work, and they would wonder why. So sometimes like the regular hospital visits for follow-up and filling up my medication plastic bag in, like they are going for eco thing now at the hospital. They don't give out plastic bags anymore. You bring your own plastic bag and they give you the medication, and then you just bring it home. I would need my prescription filled. I will need to get my medicine monthly, and I get an injection monthly. Those are for medication for schizophrenia. I fixed my lipsy. There was like a dry chapped skin there. Luckily, I didn't bleed. Okay. So yeah, I noticed in big part of the first few videos, I had like a little thing here. It was dry, chapped skin on my lips. I cleared it already. See, yeah, I noticed it, and after I finished the video and like replayed it to myself, um, I think my hands are shaking. Okay, what I want to do for my vlogs is just a personal diary to myself while addressing all this to myself, to remind myself what I am like when I'm in a calmer mood. Um, uh, it's also on YouTube, so of course I'm addressing to this vlogs to the audience as well. I really find that this depression, it does make me hard to get out of my bed every day. My medications make me either sometimes full of insomnia, or other times sleep too many hours, too much long hours. I'll be sleeping, and because of the depression too, like I'll drag myself out of bed, have a shower, brush my teeth, and go off breakfast. And well, makeup. I'm not with makeup right now. The most I will do is a lip balm and with some lipstick. I I'm not that well with my hands. Like you think with so many makeup videos on YouTube, so many tutorials, I just need to try and I'll get it. It's like, like when you try to do floral arrangements, and you're thinking whether you should pick up hairdressing. It's like I will never be as good a sculptor on clay. I just Hi, sorry I was cut off. Um, my phone just automatically stops the video recording at some point, and it's always different. Like I stopped at around 9 minutes for one, around a few minutes for another one, and while I was trying to finish up, it just stopped recording the video. Okay, like this is a Huawei phone I got from my dad. My dad has a few phones, so I asked him for an extra phone because I lost my old phone. Um, I'm just very thankful and grateful to the psychiatric hospital and the SACS counselors. I have like a job rehab counselor. I have her email and work phone number, and we do go back and forth in discussion on what I'm planning to do for work. Right now, I'm just doing the Amazon.com ebooks with educational ones for mathematics in elementary primary school levels. I just started on the first assessment book I got from the bookstore. I'll be like using it to adapt into like my own questions, so that it's not really plagiarism. So and then I'll be doing some seminars, being a life coach and stress management coach, hopefully in a few months time, or I might need some time to write the lesson plans. So it might be maybe nearer end of the year. I'm not too sure, but these things can give me a lifelong careers. So it's money well spent, and in a good investment in myself, and in those things like stress management coach certification, life coach certification, and the educational ebooks on Amazon.com. I'll be trying to practice my singing, but I don't think I can sing a whole song. A few lines and I'm struggling for breath. My psychiatric medicine makes me feel very tired inside also. Um, I guess that's half the reason why I can't sing so long in a whole song, just for a few lines. Um, I want to thank you all for watching, and if I got any ideas, I'll try and collect ideas and do the vlogging. But this vlogging is primarily for myself. I want to show that I have calmer days for myself, and I want to thank Living Well with Schizophrenia, the channel Living Well with Schizophrenia, where I forgot their names. It's a lady who is schizophrenia. I think she's in Canada, and her boyfriend. They talk about how to handle their world in and her schizophrenia and their relationship. It inspires me. Thank you. So I'll try and collect ideas, and I have to train my arm to not shake when holding the phone. I haven't any like equipment at all. I'm just using my hands to hold the phone. Okay, I'll talk to you all again. Thanks. This is Angel's World. Bye.